Burns spent a lot of money to hire the best camouflage team to build a battle suit. Some of them were responsible for designing a mechanical body, some designed masks, and one was equipped with a voice changer. Burns was transformed into Fred from the maintenance company. It all started when Burns realized that the employees had a lot of resentment towards him, to the point of burning paper men. His goal was to infiltrate the staff and find out their secrets. But he accidentally became good friends with Homer's group. They drank together, rode roller coasters, fished, and became friends who could talk about anything. Burns thought it was a very happy time, but Smithers told Homer the secret. Because Burns was now giving benefits to his employees, the factory was about to go bankrupt. So Homer promised to cut ties with Burns and accidentally tore Burns' arm. Burns is very disappointed in Homer's group and runs away. When he took off the battle suit, he found that it had become self-aware. After a fierce fight between the two, Burns narrowly escapes. Homer rushes over and saves Burns. Homer tells Burns that there's no way to empathize with a boss and an employee because they're in an exploitative relationship. After hearing this, Burns has a change of heart and throws his disguise into the waste pool. But do you think he's the real Burns? Maggie is quietly lurking on the stairs, ready to kill Homer, and then she runs away. Homer yanked the bucket of paint off the tablecloth. The others heard the noise and saved Homer. It turns out Maggie learned to do this from a cartoon on TV. Next, Maggie's got a pencil and she's walking towards Homer, but Marge stopped her, so Marge stopped the kids from watching TV. Then Marge led the Simpsons to protest with signs outside the production company. And then the protests grew. After a long time, Itchy and Scratchy finally made a change. The cartoons were now showing positive, loving, wholesome images, but the kids were bored out of their minds. So they are choosing to get out of the house and go outdoors to be close to nature and adopt a healthy lifestyle. No one even watches Krusty's show. Wave after wave, Springfield town began to protest against the David statue exhibition. Marge went against the grain this time. She's behavior provoked outrage. So Itchy and Scratchy went back to the way it was before. The lively outdoor area was empty of children, and it was deserted. Because the kids were watching cartoons, Maggie was ready to kill Homer again, just like in the cartoons. The man used his hand to pull out Flender's heart and then took Skinner's spine. He snatched organs from multiple people and spliced them onto himself. He is very satisfied with his new appearance now. This man is Frink's father. He died after a shark bit off some of his organs. In order for his father to see him win the Nobel Prize, Frink planned to resurrect him. The result was also as Frink had hoped, but Frink's father wasn't satisfied with the mechanical organs, so he set out to find a real spleen, despite the objections of others. His first target was a very healthy Flanders who was running. Although the new body looks funny, Frink's father doesn't think so. Lisa advised him to think about Frink's feelings. Under Lisa's persuasion, Frink's father came to the Nobel Prize ceremony, but facing the multitude of intelligent brains below, he could no longer control himself. He started crazily plundering his brain and then installing it on his own head. Upon seeing this, Frink had no choice but to kick his father unconscious, and Frink's father eventually chose to kill himself. But do you think Frink's father really disappeared? Actually, it's not like that. Frink put his father's soul inside the soul catcher. The reason Lisa was in Flink's lab was because the call to Simpsons' house notifying him of the award. Lisa came to tell Flink about the award.